100 Days of Gratitude, day 83, and to date, I'm grateful for my friend, mentor, teacher, Blaine Andrusek. If you don't know who Blaine is, he's been a long time herb man, herbalist for many decades. He is the creator of Blaine Andrusek Phytotherapeutics, which is the essential oil line that we've had in the store for the longest time. And yeah, he was one of the the original teachers of Wild Rose College of Natural Healing. And yeah, he's had a bit of a rough last couple of years. He's been in the hospital and a home for the last 2.5 years. So it's been a while since I've seen him, and I finally got the chance to connect with him, pick him up, and we went to Edworthy Park. And this is a place where I first connected with Blaine, went on a plant walk with him. And yeah, so like I say, he's been a real teacher, real mentor. And it was, yeah, very kind of bittersweet to hang out with him. Not my story to share in terms of, what he's been through in the last couple of years and where he's at. And, but obviously, being in a home, who, especially with who he is and the life he's lived, to kind of end up where he's at now. Yeah, there's a bit of a tragedy with that. And despite that, there's also a real kind of still burning desire to share his knowledge, his wisdom. And man, it's just full of stories. And, for the most part, he's still fairly sharp. He still knows his Latin names. And yeah, there's a lot of plant wisdom and teaching there. And I got a message from him afterwards, after we hung out all afternoon, that, yeah, just appreciation, gratitude for the afternoon, for, in his own words, seeing that he still had, wisdom to share. And that, as he put it, a hole for him to fill in this world and to contribute. And yeah, so super grateful for that. For him, the opportunity to hang out, the reflections that it brought me on life, gratitude for what I could share with him and his reflections back. And one thing I'm gonna do and set up is maybe some live events, but definitely some podcasts, just some interviews, just to kind of, get some of that info out. He's been working on his autobiography. When he was a younger guy, he went out into the wilderness and just kind of lived off the land. And he's had such a rich life. So, a lot of life experience and plant knowledge and wisdom to be shared. So stay tuned for that. And as we're sitting there, I kind of caught it, just as he was already starting the story. But right now it's spring. It's poplar buds, the balm of Gilead. And that was kind of a theme of my day, actually. I met with Denis, we did a video, picked up Blaine. We were, chatting about that, talking about the poplar buds. Kevin, randomly ran into him. He's got just like my fingers, sticky kind of resin all over them. He was just picking poplar buds. And then Blaine jumped into the story, talking about the origin of balm of Gilead. So I'm going to post that right after this, and you'll see that little clip. And if you don't know Blaine, you'll kind of get to know his kind of sense of humor, his personality, and his storytelling abilities. Just a short little clip, but just a little taste. But just know that there's lots more to come. So 100 Days of Gratitude, day 83, and yeah, super grateful for Blaine Andrusek.
And one evening, Moses heard a voice. Moses, take some of the women up into the hillside. Really, God? Not for that, Moses. No, and have them pick the buds and scrape some bark from these trees. And you have olive oil with you, and heat it in the fires tonight. And tomorrow morning, pour it off and add some wax, because you don't have jars, you'll spill it on your travels. So add some wax so that it's thicker. So they call it balm of Gilead because it was first made passing through the Gilead Mountains.
There we are.
There we are.